What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jackson. I really need to stop picking the Colts to win week 1 games because I just keep disappointing myself every single year. Power's here, and today is the first recap of the season. And as I said in the previous video, I'm going to do the recaps a little bit differently this year. So starting now, I'm going to just go over some takeaways and then give an MVP from our team for the game. And unlike previous years, I've just talked about the game and then given my thoughts. This year, I want to have more structure to this, make it a little different. So yeah, that's how it's going to go. So obviously, if you guys haven't seen, the Indianapolis Colts did lose their season opener to the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-21 in a game that was actually really competitive the whole time until late in the fourth. And it was very winnable for the Colts, and I think it surprised a lot of people how winnable it was for us. But it was a game that we easily could have won, but, you know, we just couldn't take advantage of opportunities. And that's actually my first takeaway is we got to take advantage of more opportunities. I mean, we had a pick against Trevor Lawrence and didn't get any points out of it. We had the lead late. We're up 21-17, and then we got a stop on Jacksonville, got the ball back. We need to take advantage of that opportunity, but it's a young team. A lot of growing pains still need to happen. And speaking of growing pains, Shane Steichen. I've been high on Shane Steichen, but he coached a really shitty game today. Yesterday. He did not make good decisions. Like, he went for it on 4th down a lot. I think it was, 5 times, maybe 6. And I think we got 1. And one that I really points out to me specifically is when in the 4th quarter with a minute left, it was 4th and goal from the 1 and we were down by 10. Kick the field goal and then go for the onside kick. That's what you do in that situation every time. Especially since Richardson was out, he got hurt, and Gardner Minshew was in. Kick the fucking field goal, Shane. It's you kick the field goal, you go for the onside kick. It's a low percentage chance that you're going to get it, but it's still better than having no chance at all. But no, we went for it, didn't get it. Gave Jacksonville the ball back, and that was it. But we got the highest paid kicker in the league. We need to put him in a position to get us points. And that wasn't even the first time he did it on that drive. It was the second time. The first time, Anthony Richardson scrambled and got it, but that's when he got shaken up. And then Gardner Minshew came in, and we couldn't capitalize. Went for it on 4th and goal with a minute left, down by 10. Didn't get it. But those will be things that Shane Steichen will learn from and learn how to make those decisions. I'm not going to overreact to it right now because it was his first game coaching in the NFL. These are things he's going to learn, a lot of growing pains. And one thing I really want to emphasize is the performance of Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson had a pretty good game when you look at it. I mean, he was 24 of 37 with 233 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He also added 40 yards rushing and a touchdown there. And you know, that was actually a pretty good performance from Anthony Richardson. He was our leading rusher, which is just a whole nother thing I'm going to get into here in a minute. But Anthony Richardson looked very good. The only thing I will say is that he really needs to protect himself. He took a lot of unnecessary shots, and that's why he got shaken up at the end of the game. But it looks like he's going to be fine, but that's one thing he'll learn. He'll learn how to slide, go out of bounds, not try and take these unnecessary hits. But I get it. It's his first game. He's trying to make plays happen. And he definitely needs, there's a lot that needs to be worked on for sure. Late in the game, we were down by 3. He threw a bad pick, trying to make something happen. Once again, I get it. It was a game-winning situation, about 5 minutes left. He tried to make a play happen, made a bad read. He's a rookie. That's going to happen. He wasn't ever really in that situation at Florida to put a game away like that or try to go take the lead late in a game because they either won by blowouts or they would lose in close games, but they would go down to score to make it a one-possession game instead of scoring to take the lead type of thing. So that'll be something that, once again, he can work on. But what I have seen so far, like the fact he got to play a whole game and he put up a good completion percentage, 65%, that shows me a lot. Anthony Richardson's going to be a stud once he gets the chance, or in a couple years once he gets some more weapons around him and all that. Speaking of weapons, Michael Pittman Jr. is the only receiver on our team worth having. I just want to point that out. Josh Downs could be good in the future, but, I mean, he had 3 catches, I think, and he had an okay game. Michael Pittman Jr. was the only one that actually did anything. He had 97 yards and a touchdown, including a 39-yard touchdown catch on a screen on 2nd and 28, which was just insane. Michael Pittman Jr. is proving that he can be a true good receiver in this league. And like I said, he's the only receiver on our team worth having off of this week 1 performance. He's the only one that played good. Everyone else was dog shit. Speaking of dog shit, the running game was dog shit. As previously mentioned, Anthony Richardson was our leading rusher with 40 yards. Deion Jackson had 14 carries for 13 yards, or it might have been the other way around. But either way, he averaged 1.1 yards a carry. That's not okay. This game told me, for the love of God, Chris Ballard, give Jonathan Taylor his money. Like, if Jonathan Taylor played in that game, I think we would have won. Like, straight up. If we would have had a run game, we would have won. Because the run game was basically non-existent unless it was Anthony Richardson. Like, we can't be doing that. Your leading rusher can't have 40 yards. And your leading rusher also shouldn't be your quarterback. If we can get Jonathan Taylor back in this offense, I think that's going to help tremendously. Because Richardson made a lot of good decisions. He looked good, like I said earlier. And yeah, we really need... We should really try to get Jonathan Taylor back onto the field as soon as possible. And the soonest he can be back is week 5 because he's on the PUP list. But please, organization, at least give him something that's going to make him play this season. Because we need him on the field badly. Because we need some sort of running game. Like, at least last year... The games were boring, but we had a decent run game going, so we really need that run game. But that's enough about the offense. I want to move over to the defensive side of the ball. I thought the defense looked pretty good for 3 quarters. They kind of fell apart in the 4th, but they were getting tired because the offense was still struggling to figure things out because, like I just previously mentioned, the run game was non-existent, and that really hurt us. But the defense looked good. They had a scoop and score touchdown that actually gave us the 21-17 lead. And, yeah, I thought the defense played really good until late in the 4th quarter when they were gassed. But I'm not too concerned about it. The only thing that did worry me was the corners. Calvin Ridley just had a day against our defense, which was concerning. But the defense only allowed 17 points through 3 quarters, and they really kept us in the game for a long time until the end when they were tired. But like I've been saying, I think that'll all fix itself. Shaq Leonard being there really, really helped. And once the offense can get going, this team is going to be dangerous. Like, I can just tell, like, maybe not this year, but looking into the future, this is going to be a good team. Like, I just can see it. We just need to get Richardson a couple more weapons, and we need to really shore up the secondary. But other than that, I really liked what I saw from the defense. So, yeah. What I will say, my final thought, basically, of the bullet points I was talking about, this game was so much more entertaining than any game we played last year. Like, straight up. Like, this game was fun to watch. It was fun to see Richardson playing. And it was very close, very competitive for a long time. And it was a fun game to watch. And that just shows me, even if we lose a lot of games this season, it's going to be a fun season. And it's going to be a lot better than what we've had. So, yeah, with that being said, it's time to name my MVP of the game. And I thought about giving it to Richardson, but I really want to give it to DeForest Buckner because DeForest Buckner had a great game. He had 4 tackles with 3 assists. He had a sack, which was a strip sack, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. So he had a very good game. He was disruptive on the D-line, and I've been saying it, the front seven's really not the problem. It's it's the corners. So, yeah, my game MVP is DeForest Buckner. So, yeah. Next week, we play the Houston Texans. It'll be in Houston. It'll be Stroud versus Richardson. That should be a very interesting game. The Texans coming off of a bad loss. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I'm excited for next week. Hopefully, next week, Anthony Richardson can get his first win. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the bell notifications. And for everything in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.